All right, guys, we have Joe Delacar here and Lonnie White Jr. for your questions. So we're ready to go whenever you're ready. Thank you.
Hey, Lonnie, congratulations. Why did you decide to go the baseball route, and how difficult was it to try to decide between those two sports?
It was definitely very difficult, but I think the reason why I decided to take this route is because it's always been in my heart as a little kid, and this is just like a dream come true to me. So,
Lonnie, who all did you consult for this decision? Like, who all was kind of part of the decision making crew, or was it something that you felt you kind of had to take on alone?
I'd say my family. They were supportive either way I went. They've always been there for me. They pushed me to get to where I am today. So they're a very big part of this.
Lonnie, what's it been like to have the support of James Franklin? I know even before the draft, even before you were selected, he was kind of on your side. What did that kind of mean to you?
It meant a lot, knowing that he wants the best for me, and it doesn't matter if I went to Penn State or not. Like, he just wants the best for me personally. He just wants me to be happy, which is awesome. And didn't want to like fight over me or anything like that. Like, he's just an awesome guy all around.
Lonnie, what were some of the things you were kind of weighing? Like you said, you obviously chose baseball because it's something you've always loved. But what was kind of the give and take, sort of the back and forth, and things that you were kind of considering?
I don't know. It was, I guess, doing baseball as a job. For one, I love to play the game. I can play it all the way, all year round. And then you look at like the school side, the schoolwork, two sports. So it would have been a very, very difficult. Each side can be very difficult, but it would have been very difficult. Not many people can do it. And this side, it's just my love for the game. I'd say.
Lonnie, how much did you pay attention to the Pirates draft? Were you wondering if they were going to select you where they did, and what was it like to see them get 4 top 32 prospects with their first 4 picks?
It was very cool to see, and I know Anthony and Bubba too. So I mean, it was very cool, and I know what they can do, and it's just like awesome that I get to be around them throughout my journey. So.
So obviously, when you look at the scouting report on Lonnie, the speed really jumps off the page. But what about his all-around game really stood out to the Pirates?
I would share that we know, and the accolades that Lonnie's gotten for, his athleticism and his body movements out in sport. I'd say even more so for us, we watched him, take on at bats versus high level competition last summer. Coming off of a high school season and through last summer, but especially watching him compete and some of the things that he did in those at bats offensively really, really stood out. Got a chance to see him hit against velocity, got a chance to see him face a lot of different pitching, handle himself extremely well in the batter's box, but even more so, watch him develop as that, hitter first. The athlete and the body movements and the impact that he can get to are obvious.
Lonnie, I know you're from the other side of Pennsylvania. Have you ever been to PNC Park before? Do you have any relation to Pittsburgh at all? Is there any backstory there?
Yeah, so I actually have a lot of family around the Pittsburgh area. Grew up here a lot and stuff like that. Yeah. But no, I've been to a game when I was real little here, and had a workout here. But other than that, yeah.
Lonnie, how excited are you to focus on baseball full time? I know a lot of people who, Bubba Chandler is a good example, who was talking about he's never really focused entirely on baseball. He's played other sports year round, that sort of thing. How much do you think you can grow, and how excited are you to just, get into the nitty gritty of baseball first?
Yeah, I think this is another reason why I chose the baseball route, because I believe that once I get going and once I just focus on just baseball, become, I guess, easier for me. So yeah, I mean, yeah.
Lonnie, you talked about the support that James Franklin showed you. What was it like to have that conversation, and what was maybe the clinching decision aside from the money that led you to choose baseball? You talked about your love for the game, but was there something that happened during the past week or so that you really convinced you that that was the right direction?
Not really. I mean, Coach Franklin did make it easy. I mean, he didn't, like I said, fight over me or anything like that. But he was very understanding about it, and I really didn't have like a certain like thing that brought me this way. I just kind of felt it in my heart.
Any other questions, guys?
Joe, for Joe, you guys were able to get a lot of good prospects in this draft, a lot of guys that were, considered first round talent. What did it mean to you that you were able not only draft them, but to sign them?
Well, it's special when you get the opportunity to select the players as we've shared as a group, but it's even more special to spend time with them as people coming into the organization, spend time with their families, really get a chance to, share time and be together. Bringing these players in is a big responsibility and accountability as people in baseball. The opportunity to grow them as young men, but maximize their abilities on the field is a part of it, but even more so building relationships, sharing time on the front end, and getting the opportunity to grow them and continue growing them from where their families have brought them to this day is a chance and something that we don't take lightly, and really look forward to the journey together with those players.
But do you feel like this is a chance kind of for you guys to take a bit of a victory lap after the draft that you had and the signings that you got?
I don't necessarily say victory lap, like I just shared about the journey together. It's a long journey that we look forward to. There's no victory, here today, other than bringing the players into the organization and getting a chance to start that together. The victories are going to continue probably more outwardly or forwardly into the future. As we share those times together, as we share that journey together, those small victories together as we go forward. So yes, today is a special day, but more so the victories are coming down the road.
One last thing, Joe. When you see guys who are two-sport athletes like Lonnie and Bubba Chandler, what convinced your scouts that these guys not only had a future in baseball, but that you could actually convince them to play baseball instead of college football?
Yeah, I don't know about the convincing part. I think our scouts and our people on the ground do a great job in getting to know them as people first. I think we get the opportunity on the ground with our area supervisors to learn more about them, what they, care most about, their views about just sport and competing. And then the draft only allows us the opportunity to select them. It doesn't, give us the right to sign them. So we get a chance to share more going forward in that realm. But first and foremost is the people, how they look and how they share about competing. And then the baseball part, comes out in it, and it only gives us a chance, like I said, to talk to them and opportunity wise to share with them what we have for them. And hopefully it comes together like it did today for Lonnie and his family.
Good. Cool. All right, guys. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.